If you're a writer of stories, you're probably familiar with classical 3-act structure. Predating the invention of toilet paper, this simple structure of beginning, middle, and end can be traced back to antiquity. These days, you'll likely see them labeled as setup, confrontation, and resolution. Some will throw in some plot points and pinch points, maybe break the second act in half to make it more manageable, add in some squiggly lines for tension.
Maybe in our world here, there lives a happy little mountain.
Drop in a few more key elements and divisions for good measure. And soon we see what's supposed to be a simple structural paradigm is actually a lot more complex. But what if I told you that hidden underneath all of this, there's a much simpler structure at work? A universal pattern of character actions and goals unfolding inside of traditional 3-act structure. In this video, we're going to outline these 6 actions and 5 turning points and learn how by aligning them with the unique actions your character undertakes in your story, you can easily create compelling and propulsive narratives. The content of this video is explained in greater detail in my book, The Story Structure Secret, Actions and Goals, on sale now. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to stay up to date on new structural videos. Most structural paradigms are built on the concept of acts, so before we can truly understand story structure, we should clearly establish exactly what an act is. In traditional 3-act structure, an act is generally defined as something along the lines of a set of dramatic tasks or a unit of dramatic action. But for our definition to be quantitative, let's establish exactly what a dramatic action is. Since we know dramatic in this sense refers to a work of fiction and not some reality TV show, let's focus on the subject word, action. An action is defined as the process of doing something, typically to achieve an aim. And this definition is synonymous with the word act. So within a dramatic work, an act can be defined as the process of a character taking action to achieve a goal. Note this definition is composed of 3 identifiable elements: a character, an action they are undertaking, and a goal they hope to accomplish with that action. By breaking the definition down to this measurable level, we'll discover that there aren't 3, but 6 universal character actions or acts intrinsic to modern stories. And these 6 acts are: Act 1, dealing with an imperfect situation.
It just isn't fair. Oh, Biggs is right. I'm never gonna get out of here.
Act 2, learning the rules of an unfamiliar situation. Act 3, stumbling into the central conflict.
Those were not normal projections. They've been trained, for God's sake.
Act 4, implementing a doomed plan.
I told you to turn back.
I thought we could make it.
Act 5, trying a long shot.
How do you think the Mark I chess piece is going to hold up?
The suit's at 48% power and falling, sir.
Act 6, living in a new situation.
Newsflash, the Nicelanders are being nice to me.
Notice that all of these things are actions, easily identifiable within a story, when you know what to look for. That's not to say that the traditional 3 acts are invalid or without purpose. Instead, they function more as dramatic phases through which the story progresses. Each of the dramatic phases is comprised of 2 acts and provide these acts with dramatic context. Acts 1 and 2 serve the dramatic function of setting up the story, introducing the characters, the story situation, and establishing the rules of the story world. Acts 3 and 4 place focus on the confrontation between the protagonist and antagonistic forces as they come to head over mutually exclusive goals. And Acts 5 and 6 provide the resolution to the story, where one side of the conflict proves victorious over the other. Going back to our definition of an act as the process of a character taking action to achieve a goal, we see that the action itself is only half of the equation. The character must also have a goal he hopes to accomplish by undertaking the action. Each of the first 5 acts culminate in a turning point where the character decides, or in rarer cases, has the decision made for him to pursue a new or updated goal. These 5 turning points are: the dilemma.
You take the red pill, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
The commitment.
Jedi must have the deepest commitment. He finish what he begins.
I won't fail you.
The moment of truth.
You might have the rest of the team convinced to carry on with this job, but they don't know the truth.
Truth? What truth?
The truth that Maul is bursting through your subconscious.
The newfound resolve.
Taruk is the baddest cat in the sky. So why would he ever look up?
And the final push.
Don't worry! I got it under control!
So the character's goal isn't static, but evolves throughout the story. This evolving goal follows the same 6-act progression. The 6 phases of the character's evolving goal are the initial goal.
And if these new droids do work out, I want to transmit my application to the Academy this year.
The transitional goal.
I want you to learn these savages from the inside. I want you to gain their trust.
The false goal.
Give me back my medal right now!
The penultimate goal.
We need to find Peter now and get off this damn planet.
The ultimate goal.
What is he doing?
He's beginning to believe.
And success or failure. The conflict the character faces in this story arises from the outside opposition he faces to his evolving goal. As the story progresses, the stakes rise for the character as the opposition to his goal intensifies, and this progression aligns with the 6 acts. The 6 stages of opposition are oppressive opposition.
I was going into Toshi Station to pick up some power converters.
You can waste time with your friends when your chores are done.
Incidental opposition.
Ocean? Can I get a little help?
Intentional opposition.
Who do you think locked you out? I was the one who filed the injunction against you.
Self-inflicted opposition.
Who or what is Mr. Charles?
It involves telling the Mark that he's dreaming, which involves attracting a lot of attention to us.
Ultimate opposition.
Welcome to the boss level!
And peace.
Only a few have chosen to stay.
In the next video, we'll examine in depth the elements of the first dramatic phase, the setup, and the first 2 acts it contains. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe to stay up to date with new posts. And don't forget to pick up your copy of Actions and Goals, The Story Structure Secret, on sale now, or visit 6actstructure.com for in-depth breakdowns of your favorite novels and films. Thanks for watching.